to show them a sign. That's the
Thank you.
interrogative.
Which is and that's why I said to you. So here's what I said to you. I said the Queen of Sheba, she didn't ask Solomon for a sign. She asked him the question, and she believed everything he said. And then I said to you, did they believe what Christ said, or did they ask for a sign? And you went on some more rant. When they asked for a sign, instead of believing what he said. So when he says the Queen of Sheba shall rise up in judgment against
Well,
this
what do you mean believe
generation.
what he said? What did he say?
Who? What did who say? Solomon?
No, we talking about Christ. You said that they asked him for a sign instead of believing what he said. What did he tell them? Because if
He
we
told
get to
him
Matthew
everything. He
chapter
told him
12
the
and
kingdom.
38, that's
He
a whole
told
new
him.
idea. What
He
did he
told
tell them?
the telling them part is irrelevant to what you and I are talking about. He told him a lot of things. He told him the kingdom of heaven is at hand. He told him, blessed are the poor, because for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are the children, they shall inherit. He said a bunch of stuff to them, but they did not believe what he said. They wanted a sign. Whereas the Queen of Sheba, she went to Solomon, asked Solomon questions. She didn't ask for a sign. So when he's saying that the Queen of the South shall rise up in judgment, he's making a comparison to show how this heathen woman, listen to me, and she's greater than y'all because y'all are not listening to me. Y'all are asking for a sign. And nowhere is this saying that she's going to be venerated and brought back from the dead. That's what
Yes,
you're
it is. Yes, it
implying.
is. That's
No, it's
no.
not.
That's literally
It's
100%
not.
fact. No, yes, it is. That's what it's saying
No,
in verse.
so the
Oh
queen,
yeah,
so the Queen of Sheba. Wait,
it's
just
gonna rise from
brother,
the dead.
I don't know if you be amped up. Like you see how I'm calm. Just want to have.
I'm hype as hell. You know what I'm saying? And every time you speak and interrupted. But every time I try to say some shit, you keep cutting me off. And every time you cut me off, I'm gonna get more and more fucking hype. So you controlling this hypeness. So if I get to speak uninterrupted, shit gonna get real calm. But every time you interrupt me, I'm gonna get more and more and more hype.
Hey,
So what you
relax,
want to do?
bro. Relax.
Hey, when you quit
So
cutting me
now,
off,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I,
Hey,
so I
hey,
respect.
hold up a
So
second. Yeah,
Benaiah, no,
yeah.
so I got it.
Yeah.
I
No, I
got
was
it
gonna
right.
say,
So
just
if
in
I was
general.
cutting you
No,
off,
I just want to say, just in general, man. I'm wearing some really motherfucking good headphones right now. This shit hurts my ear. Jack, just volume down a
so
little
I
bit.
apologize. So
No,
Benaiah,
you
I
good. You.
didn't think I was. Well, no, I'm saying this
Oh,
to
to be nice,
Benaiah.
my fault.
I didn't really think I was cutting you off. I thought we were just having a back and forth conversation. So I'll stop cutting you off. But neither one of us has to be this hype right now. Neither one of us.
I'm
So
gonna
you said it was
calm it
because of
down because
me.
you know
You
I
said it
rock
was
with you,
because
Cap.
of me. Say again?
You know I rock with you. You know I got nothing but love and respect for you.
I know,
You
but
know
you
that.
super duper hype for no reason right now. So
But I'm always hyped for no reason. That's why I
Bro,
like this room.
man, your mic
Every
is,
room I go
hey,
to,
Mike,
you always start.
God damn.
your mic is cracked. That's why it makes that cracky noise. That should make. Go
Hey,
ahead.
y'all motherfuckers off the chain
I
right
think
now.
my AirPods broke too.
Yeah, that's probably
That's why
why.
I think my
All right.
shit tripping.
It's like sounds like there's water in there.
Yeah, so back to what I was saying, like Christ was using a past comparison and then putting it today that these people didn't look for a sign back then, but they looking for a sign now. That's it. It's not talking about Queen of Sheba being regenerated, reborn, or something like that. It's not talking about that. He's just cutting them, saying she didn't want a sign, but y'all looking for a sign. Y'all should take what I say and just believe what I'm telling you instead of asking for a sign. It's that simple. I believe Daniela, that's how you said it as well too, correct? I just want to make sure I'm correct.
I don't even remember talking to Danielle about Matthew 12:38 through 42. You
It
probably talking to somebody else.
might have been somebody else, Jack, because the question came up in the room the other day. It might not have been you. I thought it was you. My bad. But anyway, I agree with what Tazaryach is saying. That's my understanding as well. But it may not have been you.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't me because we gonna walk this thing down. Now when we look at
Well, no,
Matthew chapter,
and I'm going to let you go, but you can't walk it down because I got to work. So you got about 5 minutes. So if you could just be succinct and clear and just bust it down and show me how she's being reincarnated in the kingdom of heaven. If you can just
all
show me
right.
that.
So I wanna walk it down, but all we gotta do is go into the language and define a couple words real quick. Let me make sure everybody can hear me. Let's go to Matthew chapter 12. We're gonna go into the language.
Hey, while you're looking for that,
Glad Danielle are here.
Ben,
No. Well,
no, yeah. You know that nigga Barzil that I destroyed the other day on that Daniel subject?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
nigga messaged me, are you scared of Barzil?
Boziel was up
That
here
nigga got his
counting
ass
that 14,
destroyed.
that 42 months. Well,
That
what that
nigga,
42
that
months
nigga
his mom
said
did?
he said the 42 months equals 300 and no 42 months, right, which is 1260 days, which is years, equals to 350 days. That nigga tried to add 16, 19, 50 years, talking about that's when the white man landed on the moon. I'm like, you out your motherfucking mind.
The shit y'all be
And I
talking about
Oh,
on Clubhouse be retarded.
that's when I was
Yeah,
talking to him, Rodney.
no, that's
Yeah, he
yeah.
said 350 years, right? That was
Yeah, he
cracking up
said
on
he
that.
said he said 1619 plus 350 where he got the math from 42 months. I don't know how. Equals to 350 years. So when you add that together, that it's talking about 1969 where the white man landed and that fulfilled Obadiah prophecy. I was amazed on that philosophy.
Yo, y'all talk about some wild
No, that
shit.
wasn't me. That was them what y'all call the purple niggas, man.
Hey, that's that boy Boziel, man. But when you look at Matthew 12, verse 41 and 42, it's telling you that this word G450 for rise is talking about rise from the dead. The same thing where it's talking about Job in Job 42 and 17 in the Septuagint, where it's literally talking about him rising from the dead. This is the word G450 anastemi, the definition D is talking about rising from the dead. It's talking about
What's
of
the
the
number
dead
again?
rising. G450, you know what I'm saying? And it's definition D.
So,
I'm gonna take
Wait.
this screenshot.
hey,
I have to
before you
ask you a
do that,
question, Jack, because I can't. I'm driving, but I have to ask you a question, Jack. Why
Hmm.
are you skipping over definition A, B, and C and going to D? Is it because
Because
it fits your breakdown? What about A, B, and C?
no, that's not the correct way to use the lexicon. The correct way is you once you finish doing that outline of biblical usage and your root words and all of that, you got to keep going into the lexicon, and I'm going down to definition D. It says of the dead, and I know I'm not making a mistake because Matthew chapter 12 verse 41 is attached to definition D. Matthew chapter 12 verse 41 is not attached to definition A. Matthew chapter
who
12
when you
verse
say it's
41 is
not
not
attached
attached to
to,
definition B or C. It's attached to
when you say it's
definition
not
D,
attached,
so that's the one that I have to use.
hey, when you say it's not attached, who's attaching it? I'm curious.
Who's
When you say
attaching
it's
it?
not attached,
John
yeah, when you
John
say,
Thayer. John Thayer.
okay, so not, so it's somebody that broke it down that believes that's what it's talking about, that
No,
has attached
it's
that
just
to it.
somebody who translated the Greek language. This is what these words mean in Greek.
No, 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 no. Just hear what I'm saying. But he is attaching that word because, as you and I agree, and Daniela, this word has different definitions. So he skipped the first and the second and went to B because that's his understanding of it. So
No,
now, what I asked you though,
that's what the
what I
word means
asked
in the
you
Greek.
though, what I,
This not his
that's not the
understanding.
only that. But Benaiah, you just said you're going to B. The
No,
first
D.
definition, D. Okay, you said you're going to D. The first definition is to arouse, cause to rise, to arouse from sleep, to awake. But you bypassing that, so you can't say I don't disagree that that's what the word means, but that's not the initial meaning of the word. But that is the definition that fits your
So you talking
understanding.
about the definition to raise up?
No, no. What I'm saying is, you say you drop down to D as in dog, right?
Right.
Right. But you bypassed A, B, and C because for your understanding, D fits your definition because we know words have multiple
No,
meanings. What
see
I
that's not what
asked
I'm
you,
doing.
but you did because that's the only way you can use
No,
D.
no.
What I asked you was not to show me the definition of a word. Was I asked you to show me the Queen of Sheba rising up in the kingdom of heaven? That was my question. Not that this word means to rise from the dead, because now we're going into my understanding of this scripture, which I'm going to use a different definition of the word you pulled, and then your understanding of the scripture, and you're going to use a different definition of the same word to fit yours. What I asked you was to show me what we initially started this conversation with was in the kingdom of heaven, the Israelite salvation is greater and better than the Gentiles, which we both agreed on. But you said, I'm going to show you where non Israelite is going to judge or condemn an Israelite in the kingdom. And I'm asking you to show me that, and you're not showing me that. Because when you bring me to Matthew 12, I clearly have a different understanding than you, and that verse does not say she's going to reincarnate in the kingdom. It doesn't
No,
say that.
it don't say she's gonna reincarnate in the kingdom. It says she's going to resurrect. That's what it so
Resurrect, reincarnate is the same for this
no,
context, so
no, it's not.
we don't have to have frivolous conversation. For this context, I don't care which word you use, she's not being born back into the kingdom. So you have to show me
Well,
where
the
she's
thing,
being born back in the kingdom.
resurrection, and reincarnation. I'm gonna show you, but resurrection and reincarnation is
Okay,
not
if
the
you could
same
just
thing.
show me, because I got
Reincarnating
about three.
is
I got about
reincarnating in different bodies over and over and over. You know what I'm saying?
okay, but
Resurrection
that's why I
is
said
being
I
brought
just
Yeah,
up
said.
from the dead and never dying again.
yeah,
But this is what I mean when I be having these conversations with you, Benai. You be thinking I be interrupting you. I just said to avoid the confusion. I don't care which word you use. She's not going to be born back, and then you still break it down something that I just said. Let's just avoid it because we have the understanding of what we're talking about.
Well, no,
So
I don't do no avoiding no smoke, Cap. I'm
that
here to step
wasn't
on
smoke. I
everything. You know
told
what I'm
you I
saying? And
didn't have
if
time.
I got the
Hey
correct
man,
No,
y'all
answer,
got it.
it
I'm
was
not gonna let
Hey
you
man,
bring
y'all
up
yeah.
the
got it.
wrong
Just real
answer.
quick,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Just
bring
be
real
out the
quick,
correct
trying,
Benaya.
man.
answer.
Hold up a
I
second.
be
Just real quick.
trying. I be
Yeah, just real
trying,
quick.
man.
Hey,
I
God,
be
I got this.
trying.
I got this real quick. Yeah, it wasn't for smoke purposes. It was just that
Thank
whatever
you.
word that they did define to go back to the kingdom, whether it's from another body or the same. I think he's saying he's disagreeing that idea,
Right. That
not
was
the
the whole
definition or.
point. Like you
Yeah,
want
yeah.
smoke,
So
but
Hey,
I'm not
Yeah,
Rod,
trying to
that's
give you
fine.
smoke.
That's
yeah,
Rod,
fine.
Rodney, can I
well,
ask a question for
yeah. Hold up.
clarification?
Nah,
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Shlomo. Make it quick.
Yeah. So, Benaiah,
Yeah.
are you saying the use of the word is conjugated differently? Is that what you're saying?
what word?
The Greek word you were referring to.
Yeah, the Greek word. I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's like okay, we go up to the lexicon and you see this outline of biblical usage. You got several definitions right here. You got three definitions with three subgroups under each three definitions. So now most people, which is what this is why they trying to accuse me of doing it, because most people they read the outline of biblical usage and they pick which one they want. That's not what I'm doing. Keep scrolling. Go past that. Go past the KJV translation. Go past the Strong's definition and really start working and get into this Theos Greek lexicon that's going to show you the context of the word every time it's used in every verse it's used in. And the reason why I didn't use definition A is because when you look at definition A to raise up, Matthew chapter 12, verse 41 and 42 is not there. John 6 and 39 is there. Acts 2 and 32 is there. Acts
Hey
13
Jack.
and 34 is there. I'm not making this up. This is
Hey
not my
Jack.
choice. I'm using the
I know
source.
Jack.
Yeah, hang on.
And when I get down to
You got
definition
next,
D,
bro.
it's telling me that this word for rise, it means that these people are rising up from the dead in Matthew chapter 12, verse 41 and 42. I'm not making it up. Back chat me your phone number and I'll send you the screenshot. And
I
I'm
got
gonna
you,
look at
Jack.
this definition and you're gonna have to tell me why Matthew chapter 12 and 41 attached to this definition.
No problem. Hey Jack. What Strong's edition are you using?
What?
What Strong's edition are you using?
I have no idea. If
So
you
you
got
don't
your
know?
edition, I
Do
got
you know?
mine. Look at
Nah, but listen.
Rodney,
G450 and let's
This
see if
this.
I'll say the
Benaiah,
same thing.
calm down, dude. Just
Hold on.
calm
Right.
down a little bit,
Just
yo.
Jack.
God
Just
damn.
Bruh,
chill, bro. Just chill.
the more I get interrupted, the more hype I'ma get. If I could
I didn't
fucking
even
speak
Yeah,
interrupt you,
uninterrupted, my
bro.
nigga.
just real quick.
If
Hold up.
I could
Yeah,
talk uninterrupted, this shit gonna get real calm. But the
yeah.
more you
Hold up
niggas
a
cut me
second.
off, the more I'ma fucking turn up, my nigga.
All
So
right, hold
you
up
in
a
control
second.
of this
But
shit.
Benaiah, hold up a second. That's
And
Rodney.
you
It's
ain't
Rodney,
Rodney.
let
Hang
you
on. Hold
talk,
up a
bro.
second.
Quit fucking
Yeah,
cutting me off.
yeah. Hold up a second. Yeah. To be fair, Benaiah, I don't think nobody cut you off. Yeah, because I think what
thank you, Rodney.
after you finish answering your question that Shalomo asked, oh, Yawasa did have a question. I think he just said, "Can I ask a question in the midst of your speech?" Just to say he's going to jump in and ask a question afterwards. But I want to say he cut you off, Locke. So
Yeah,
let me-
man, relax.
just let Yawasa ask the question, and then we'll be able to get the bill back with Captain
Thank,
Jim.
thank you. I
No,
appreciate
no,
that. It's
I'm gonna
just
just listen. I'm
All
working.
right,
I'm on
Khan.
mute, so y'all got it. I'm gonna just listen.
Khan. All right,
no
goodbye.
problem, Cat. All right, shalom, Cat. But
All right, shalom.
you know, I'm asking, because I'm just trying to understand, Doc. Like nobody's arguing with you. I'm asking you, what Strong's edition are you using?
I have no idea.
Because
I have no idea what Strong's definition the edition I'm using. If you think there's something wrong with mine and yours is right, pull out yours and let's look at the
that's
Greek
not what I'm
word
saying, Doc.
together.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm
No, that's
saying.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, all right, Doc. Relax, bro. Sheesh. The only reason why I'm asking that, right, King, is because certain editions have different more definitions are being added in certain Strongs and certain lexicons because they revise it. That's why there's revised editions, and you got the Strongs, the strongest Strongs, and the strongest Strongs exhaustive, new revised edition. They have a lot of those things. So that's the only reason why I'm asking that. So while you're reading it, I could read along with you. That's all I'm asking it. Feel me? That's it, King. Well,
He's
he
on.
getting a phone
He's on the
call.
phone real quick.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
so
Did we go
I
into the
think that's a
Strongs for Gentiles? Is that what's going on?
no, we were going to Strong's for
nah.
raising up or some shit like that. But
Yeah, because I think it's very important to understand the sources that you're reading. You can't just read a source and be like, well, it just says it right here. Like, you have to understand the source that you're reading. I think it's very important. So that's all I'm saying. Same reason why Priest Danyala and Captain Yak, what did they say? Well, who is implying that this definition goes here? Jack, even out of his own mouth, said, well, I'm not making this up. It says it right here. Well, who's making it up then? That's all I'm saying.
He
That's
actually
why it's very
named the
important to
guy
understand.
Yawasop.
All
He
right,
actually
so
named the
this,
guy. Some guy
so
named John
yeah, his
implied it.
name
That's
his
where he
name
got
is
it.
John Thayer. So this the thing about it. This why I made the whole. This why I went out of my way. Last time we was in that room with Captain Kapash talking about them Edomites and the brother Priest Daniela and the brother Panah that's here right now. Glory be to God that them brothers here right now, because I knew this was gonna come up again. Now we was using these same sources, the same Brown Driver Briggs, the same Thayer's Greek lexicon last week in the discussion about the Edomites, and Panah and Priest Daniela and Captain Kapash, this brother from I.S.U.P.k too. They said that these lexicons is put together by scholars, and you can't question them. These niggas was damn near ready to fight, more hype than me right now, fighting
No,
for
no,
these
hold
for
on.
these lexicons.
Wait,
You know what I'm
wait,
saying? And
wait,
I
wait,
said, you
wait.
know
Wait,
what?
hold
yeah,
on. Wait,
And,
hold
and
on,
hold
yeah.
on,
hold
hold
on,
on. See, there I
Hold
go
up.
getting
Yeah,
interrupted.
yeah. Hold up. Yeah, hold up.
What's going on?
But hold up.
Nah,
One second. Hang
Hold
on.
on a second.
nah.
Hold up
Hold
a
on a
second.
second.
Hold
Nah.
up a second. Hold up a second. Just real quick. Just real quick.
Hold on.
Hey, I got y'all real quick. God damn. But nah, just go ahead
Yeah,
and finish. Just go ahead and finish your point, and then we're gonna let Priest and Panah, if it was a discrepancy or misrepresentation, just let them
Nah,
clarify.
it ain't no discrepancy or
Yeah.
misrepresentation. So I made sure in the last room. I made sure I went out of my way and I say, damn, every time somebody else use a lexicon, this shit is all good. But only Benaiah. When this nigga used the lexicon, we gotta stop this shit. It's always a problem when I use the lexicon, but just last week, niggas was talking about Edomites, pulling out the me and Daniela had our Brown Driver Briggs out together, and it was all good. But every time I pull this Brown Driver Briggs and this Greek Theos lexicon, somehow the shit not right.
All right.
So I'm saying I'm rejecting that whole claim. And when, you know what I'm saying, whenever y'all finish doing this filibustering and trying to act like the source I'm using not real or it's broke or somehow it's wrong, but it's the same shit y'all niggas use, I'm gonna get back into the breakdown of Matthew chapter 12 verse 38 through 42, and I ain't gonna start screaming until niggas start fucking cutting me off.
All right, cool. So we're gonna
let
let.
me.
All right, hang on. We're gonna let. I'm gonna let Priest Daniela and then Panah. If y'all feel like y'all got misrepresented, y'all got the right to defend yourselves since you're here. Even Kapash, if you're down there, I think he's down in the audience. If you got misrepresented, you can back chat me. I'll bring you up. I allow people to defend themselves whether we agree or not. So go ahead, Priest and Panah.
All right. So yeah, I was definitely misrepresented. I'm going to tell you why. He's correct that we were in the other room and we went into Brown Driver's Briggs to look at the definition of ruddy, and the lexicon stratifies it, meaning that everywhere it appears in the Torah, it's not always the same context. So he's right about that. The only thing I did, I'm going to tell you where he's wrong now. The only thing I did, I didn't say Jack was wrong. Jack, you lied about that. I didn't say he was wrong. What was my question? I said, why did you skip A, B, and C? Is that not what I said, Rodney? Did I say any more than that? No. Did I say he was wrong for using the lexicon? No. Did I say I don't believe you? No. I just asked him, why did you skip A, B, C? What's wrong with that question? Because I'm driving. I can't see it. So I don't know why you skipped A, B, C. I did not say theirs is not right. I didn't say none of that. So you got hype on me for nothing. Am I lying, Rodney?
Yeah.
Am I
So
lying?
I guess I heard that. So I think Priest. No, I know Priest Daniela only did ask, how come you went to
That's it.
D, and then Yawasop asked which edition you're using, and the question that Captain Tazaryach asked was that is your conclusion based on somebody's understanding of the usage why he used D out of A, B, and C. So I think that's it. I'm just trying to keep the make sure
Okay,
everything's
that
fair
makes
here.
sense. It's
So
like it's not challenging that
And we
he's
would,
using
yeah,
the book, but his
right.
application
yeah,
And
but
we
of
would,
just
the book.
and
Okay,
here's the
that
thing.
makes
So let's
sense.
get Rodney. And we would,
Exactly.
if we come with a lexicon, we should be questioned the same way. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Like, where did you get that? If I skip A, B, and C and D, y'all should ask me the same question. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody's saying you lying. Nobody's saying you wrong. But you are going to be questioned, King. That's the point. But I
Yeah.
yield.
Go ahead, and then Panah. Go ahead, and I'll let you
I have
yield, and
I
then
have no
go.
problem with that. Before Panay say something, because the thing about it is my response was to Yawasop. You was just using it as an example, you and Panay, because y'all was in the room. You know what I'm saying? But my response is only to Yawasop because he damn near trying to discredit the addition that I'm using. So you know what I'm saying? The response wasn't to you. That was a fair question what you asked. Why did I skip A, B, and C? You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't you was just used as an example in a response to Yawasop. That's all it was, brother Daniel.
Yeah,
All right, real
yeah,
quick.
yeah,
The
but and
reason why
yeah,
I asked that, and I'm gonna clarify it again, is because we know there is revisions and new additions to the Strong's Concordance throughout the years. For 200 years now, okay? There's been revisions
Yeah.
and additions. This is the reason for the Bible explosion era, which was the extremely large amounts of what? Bible translations. This is the reason why they're able to use the phrase for phrase or thought for thought translation for the Bibles because of the new additions and revisions of the Strongs and lexicons. So I'm not saying your source is non-credible. I just want to know what source you're using so I can understand what you're saying. That's it, Ken.
Hey, one more thing I'm gonna add is that if anybody could pull to refresh on my PTR, I'm not gonna leave it up there long. But if you look at the definition he chose to use, which was number 4, when you look on mine, it'll tell you it says to appear before a judge, Matthew 12:42. It says it right there. So again, that is not a bit to my original conversation we was having, which y'all can pick up. I'm just gonna listen. I said, in the kingdom of heaven, no Gentile is going to be over an Israelite. Excuse me, I'm sorry. The salvation for Israelite is greater than the salvation for a non-Israelite. He said Queen of Sheba going to reincarnate in the kingdom. I need to know where that is and where they're going to have this rulership over over Israelites. He has not shown that yet. That's how we got here. He's going by definition of words, which every word, any words that we look up is going to have different meanings, different contexts, depending on how it's used. So now what we're having an argument about is, does this word mean reincarnate or resurrect or come out the grave, or does it mean something else? I need to know where a non-Israelite is having the same rulership as an Israelite. That's what's supposed to be shown
Right,
here, not what
right. So
we're
I'm still
talking
I'm
about.
still ready. I'm still ready to show and prove that. Now the first
Well, I'm
first
just
stipulation.
gonna listen. Yeah, but
Right.
you failing so far though. You
No, I'm
failing.
not. No, I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not failing. I'm passing. I'm passing. And your PTR just really messed you up because you
it
showed
helped,
me
but
the one
I
with Matthew
and
12 and 42. But
I
can
would.
you show me what the definition of Matthew 12 and 41? It's D. I already told you it's D. So you found Matthew 12 and 42, but why you won't show the people the PTR of Matthew 12 and 41 that clearly say these people rising up from the dead? So I'm gonna continue in the breakdown. You know what I'm saying? So that's clear. So I'm glad he pulled that with the definition of Matthew 12 and 42, because that let me know for sure that he know how to use the lexicon. So now, since we're talking about Matthew 12, 41, and 42, why don't you show me what rise mean in Matthew 12 and 41? You real warm because you already right there. All you got to do is scroll up a little bit more and screenshot and PCR that for the edification of the people, please. That's a body bag. Now back to the Bible. Know what I'm saying? Matthew 12, when we look at 41, we'd already established that the word rise means to raise up from the dead. Now somebody gonna try to say that the men of Nineveh, when I really drive this point home, somebody gonna try to say that the men of Nineveh was Israelites, and I welcome that challenge because I'm gonna show you, but I'm gonna wait till you come
But
up here. So now,
this is
That's
not
not the
real.
question. That's
This is a
not the
parable.
question. Again, that's
well, I'm not
not
finished
the
yet.
question. That's not the question that I asked and how we got here. You're supposed to show in the kingdom of heaven the salvation for a non-Israelite being with the Israelite. That's what we're talking about. You're trying to make them be the same. I'm saying that they're not the same. One is a servant, one is a master. Show me where the non-Israelite is that's what we're talking about. This argument that we're having, even when we go to verse 41, that word has multiple definitions too. So now we're going to argue about the
Right?
definitions of
No, we
one
not.
second,
No, we
one
not.
one second,
You gonna do the
one
same thing
second,
you just done.
one second. We're gonna have the same argument over context. You have your
No, we
belief
not.
on it. You have your belief on it. I have my belief on it. What you cannot get around in the kingdom of heaven, the Israelites will be the masters. The other nations will be the servants.
I
That's what
agree
Hey,
he's
for the most
talking
real
part.
quick,
about.
real quick, and then you got it, Benaiah. But
Right.
this is what I'm saying because Cap and them, I ain't being funny, but the reading comprehension on this verse is what we need to deal with. This verse says, verse 42, the queen of the south shall rise up in judgment with this generation. Y'all can't just make that some blanket statement to say, oh, that just means that Sheba listened to Solomon. No, it says she shall rise up in judgment with this generation and shall condemn it. Then it says, why? For she came from the uttermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. So I agree with half of what Tazariak said, because he said Christ was just pretty much chumping him, letting him know that Sheba understood and listened to Solomon, and behold, a greater than Solomon is here. Which is actually weird because brothers always speak as if the Gentiles wouldn't accept the truth or understand it if they heard it. But even in this example, we see that. But the point is, he says that the queen of south shall rise up in judgment with this generation. And then we know that generation, like he said, was talking about wicked Jews. So Tazariak, you would have to show us in scripture, if you're saying this is incorrect, you'd have to show us when the queen of the south, Sheba, rose up and condemned the Jews who were not listening in the time of Christ, or anybody on this stage for that matter. But you cannot just roll over this part and act like you don't see what Christ just said, the queen of the south shall rise up in judgment. What does that mean when it says the queen of the south shall
So,
rise up and condemn the wicked
Hey,
Jews of that
can
era?
I?
What does that mean,
okay, so
Tazar?
I'll
I really,
answer.
I don't really
Okay,
want
Oh,
him to
so I'll
answer
answer.
no
One,
question.
one
I want to
second.
finish my
Yeah, hold up.
breakdown.
Okay,
Yeah,
wait.
my bad.
I'll
yeah,
answer.
yeah. Hold up a second. Cat, did you want to respond to Dre's questions since I was thrown, or just take it off the table?
Yeah, the rising up in judgment is when Christ rose up, and then those Sadducees and Pharisees that was against him, they became the vagabonds that you read about in Acts, the 19th. I think it's like the 19th chapter. That's like the short and skinny of it. That's them condemning them, because had they to believe, they probably never would have killed them in the first place, but they didn't believe, and so that's
So
him.
Sheba's
That's
in it? What do we
no,
read
she.
about Sheba
You
condemning the
you said
Jews?
I would. That's not the question you asked.
That's exactly what I said. You would have to show me
You
when
said
Sheba
think
rose
about what
up
you said.
and
Well,
condemned.
if you think
Well,
about
no,
what
no,
you
no, no.
said, you
If
said
if
you
you
said you
hold on,
believe in
sorry. If
me.
you think about, let me re-clarify my. If you hear me correctly, what I said was, can you show where Sheba, because that's what it says, she shall rise up and condemn that generation of wicked Jews. Can you
Right,
show when Sheba rose up and condemned that generation of wicked Jews
right. But
scripturally?
you kind of remixing a little bit. But you did say you agree with me in part that Christ was checking them because
Chumping them, I
the
do.
queen. Right. So because Queen of Sheba believed him, she didn't ask for a sign. So I have to show
Okay.
when did they get condemned. So I'm answering
No,
the
no,
latter
I didn't
part.
say when did they get condemned to Zaria. I said when did
You said I would
Sheba?
have to show me.
No, well, let me be
Right.
specific,
The
because
queen.
again,
Okay.
when did Sheba condemn them? These
She
wicked
condemned
Jews
them
who
when Christ
didn't
when
listen. Where's that verse?
okay, that the answer is in the past. What he's talking about is not something that's going to happen, but something that
But so when it
happened
says
already.
she shall
Hey,
rise,
hey, 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 I just wanted to pull that up
so when it says she, hold on. So
to
when it
Yach's
hold on,
point
no,
because he's
hold on.
correct.
So when you're telling me, Zaria, yeah, hold on one second. So sorry, you're telling me when it says Queen of Sheba shall rise, that's past tense. Shall is
I don't know
past
if it's
tense.
me or you, but you kind of go slow and then fast. I don't know if it's me or you.
It's him. It's his
I'm
data,
sorry.
but
When it says the Queen of South, Queen of Sheba, it says the
he's in
Queen
the
of
matrix.
Sheba shall rise. Are you
Right. So like we have a difference of what that word means, which goes back to me and Benaiah. My rise is gonna rise up, meaning like she's the example of you should just believe what I say. You shouldn't require a sign, which has always been Israelites' problem. You can find that at Christ. This ain't the first time Christ said they require a sign. So he's just cutting them and using Sheba as the example. And so that's why
oh,
when you said you agree with me, when you said you agree with me in the first part, you just disagree. With, I guess you disagree with the latter part. That's why
right?
I showed. That's why I showed when they got judged. They was already judged right there by asking for the sign. And when
Okay,
Christ
so
died and rose up,
what I'm saying is all right. How so when it says the Queen of the South shall rise, are you saying
it's
that that's
right
past
there.
tense? Hold on.
No,
Okay, so when
no.
it
The
says shall, hold on.
what she
But you
did
you
was
say hold
past
on. You're
tense.
saying it already happened, but is shall past tense or future tense? If I say
What I'm,
something shall happen, does that mean it shall come to pass, or does it mean it already happened?
if I bring up something from the past and I say shall, you know what you start doing? You start thinking about what happened in the past and then applying it to right now. And when
So
Christ
so you
made that,
so, no,
I'm
sorry,
just
that's
trying
not,
to
hold on,
finish
that's
it.
not. But no, but see now, but so you're telling me that the term shall is past tense. If that's what you're saying, I'll mute my mic.
No, that's
So
not what I.
anywhere, hold on.
That's not
So
what
in
I
the
said.
Bible, when it says
But that's
shall,
not what I
something shall
said.
happen. Oh, okay, I want. Well,
It's
that's what I'm
present
asking. When it's
tense.
But that's what I'm. But
Can you
I'm
let
going
him
to
answer the
answer you.
question?
Yeah, I'm
it's
answering
funny
you.
y'all would. It's funny y'all talking about anybody having the privilege of
Okay,
talking.
but then
But go
don't
ahead,
let him answer the
Tazariak.
question.
But I think
I
Dre,
mean,
where it might
okay,
be, I
Jake. Well,
think Dre,
just
where we
fall
might
back
have
because you
that
don't talk.
confusion. I think your network might be a little slower. So as I'm talking and you talking, you might be a little delayed
Yeah, that's what I'm
to
getting,
what.
Captain.
And
Too. It sounds like
yeah, I think you
That's,
delayed Dre in the
hey, hey,
conversation a little bit.
yeah. It sounds like
So,
yeah. It
but
sounds
can
like
I
to,
ask a question
right,
to? Can I ask a
yeah,
question
I'm
real
gonna just
quick?
make
'Cause
this
I
quick,
gotta,
Miss Daniela. Then
Yeah,
you got
because
it. When it says
I gotta jump
shall,
out.
I've been wanting to
when
speak
you
and clear
say
up my name too.
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna be done after that. I'm gonna give it to y'all.
yeah.
When it says shall, it's happening right there because when he said shall, they thought about what Queen of Sheba did with Solomon and how they're asking for a sign, and then he's condemning them. That all happened right there. The only thing that didn't happen is Christ hadn't died yet, so they didn't get the condemnation. That's the only part that didn't happen. But the shall part with the Queen of Sheba was right there. He brought to mind what happened in the past, and this is what's going to happen to y'all. Y'all got it from there, Dan. Y'all, I know
Yeah,
y'all
All right.
just
busy.
real quick. I'll
Just
give
real
you
quick.
30 seconds because I gotta go. All right,
Yeah.
go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You got 30 seconds. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, because I gotta step off. I'll be right back. I gotta step off 1 second. The reason why I'm just gonna say this real quick. The reason why I'm agreeing with what Captain Yak is saying, and I get where Benai is coming from, because Benai is being more mechanical with the scriptures and going into the lexicon, which has its place. It has its place, right? But sometimes there's a deeper understanding of the scriptures than just being mechanical with the lexicon alone. But that's neither here nor there. The reason why I'm agreeing with what Yak is saying is because from me reading the scriptures, especially the New Testament in its totality, when Christ spoke to the Pharisees, he never spoke to them plainly or literally. Nothing that he said to them was literally literal. It always had a deeper understanding. So he didn't speak to the Pharisees plainly. So I understand that it's not literally the Queen of the South going to be rising in judgment. That is a parable because that is the way Christ spoke to the Pharisees. When he spoke to the 12, he spoke to them plainly and broke things down. When he spoke to the Pharisees, he spoke to them in parables. That's the way that the scriptures work all the way through the New Testament. So I'm
So so priest,
so
was it literal though?
Hell
Was it?
nah.
Yeah,
Did
Yeah.
yeah.
Sheba
Wait,
literally go
hold up,
see?
hold up a second. Yeah, hold up a second, because it's fair. I think I just realized we cut Panat off earlier when he was trying to clear
yeah.
himself. So my fault, Panat. So shalom, bro. Go ahead, brother.
Shalom. Yeah, you good. You good. Yeah. I think it's very important, like what Yahweh asked concerning, the edition that you're using. Yes, because we do have revised editions, so it's very important to know what edition you're using and know the changes that were made to understand the definition of words. So I prefer to use anything before the 1900s in most cases. So it's very important to know the addition. But to Captain Tazaryach's point concerning when he said he shall rise, if you go into the actual lexicon, the John Thayer's lexicon, and you go into that Greek word egiro, right? Um,
Say what?
Captain,
What you say? What you say the Greek word is for rise in Matthew
no,
12 and
excuse
41
me.
and
Sorry,
42?
sorry. I said it's egiro.
It's not anti-stem. It's not
No, it's
G450
not. Yes.
anti-semi for rise. What the
That's
hell?
not it.
It's in
Hold
my PTR. Hey,
Yeah,
all
that's
everybody got
wrong.
to
on.
do is
That's
look at my
wrong.
PTR.
That's wrong, right?
Hold on.
Just let Panat
Wait,
finish.
hold on. Give me a second. Give me a
Yeah, go
second.
ahead, Panat.
Hold on. Give me a second.
But you
Yeah,
got the
let
wrong
Panat be
word
turned.
for now.
Everybody see him muted real quick. Yeah, just let Panat do whatever you got to do. Yeah, because we did cut him off earlier. That was my fault. So,
12.
just let.
Hold on. Matthew 12 and
Yeah,
was it
from
42, right?
41 and 42. Same word.
And then Matthew 12 and 42. Because we were talking about the queen of Sheba, right? So
Yeah,
when you
well,
go,
Cap did 41. I mean 42.
so when it is G1453, right? It's Giro shall rise up, right? Am I right or wrong?
It's different words in 41 and 42. So 42 is a zero,
All
and
And
41
right.
that's
is a
that's the
Talking
word.
whole
about
and that's the
with
whole
brother.
problem. Like why
Hold on,
y'all
wait.
keep talking about
Hold on,
42
brother.
and I'm bringing out
Hold
the
on, wait.
context
Yeah,
of
hold up.
41.
Yeah, hold up a second. Let Pena go ahead,
Hold
Pena.
on.
Huh?
So
Yeah,
so
hang
when
on.
you
Go ahead, Pena.
so when you go into that word, right? And you go into, and y'all could do this yourself, right? It made me lose my place. So you go into that word igiro. It's in the first person singular indicative present, medial passive. So it's not indicating future tense, it's indicating present. If y'all go to PTR, if y'all pull to refresh, it's saying that it's in the present tense.
All right, so it says here, first person singular indicative present, medial passive of Igiro. That's what it says on the PTR.
Do you see that, Rodney? Can you confirm that for the audience? Because
No,
everybody said he
I'm
was
just
wrong.
I'm reading his PTR. Let me where are you at? Matthew 12?
But why
Hmm.
I brought out the word today,
Is I
y'all.
think you're
Y'all
on
niggas
mic there.
defining words that I didn't bring
Nobody's
to the
unmuted.
table.
All right, Matthew 12 what?
Matthew 12 and 42.
All right, 42. Uh,
Hey y'all, just real quick, Ozzy and Dwight look like they like twin brothers, man. Y'all look just alike, bro.
all
That's
right, the queen of the south will rise up. Will rise up, right? Matthew 12:42.
Con.
So it gave me Igiro, 1453. Wake, arouse, rise up. Definition to rise up, and then I'm looking for the where your PTR was at. What was your PTR at?
All you have to do, is the Greek word, copy it, paste it, and then it'll give you what tense it's in, what grammatical mood it's in, and things of that nature.
All right. I've never used a strong concordance here. I don't use this stuff. Let me see. Y'all can talk while I'm doing it. Go ahead. Y'all go ahead and
All
do it.
right,
Build it.
so why you get there? You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering what the hell going on. See, this is why it be a problem. Why I get pissed off when niggas keep cutting me off. Cause now niggas cutting me off, cutting me off, cutting me off. Abracadabra, a couple niggas done talk. Now all of a sudden, niggas is looking at Matthew 12 and 42. When I'm going, this is my breakdown that niggas responding to. And I done read Matthew chapter 12, and I stopped at verse 41 and said, the men of Nineveh will rise up in the judgment with this generation and condemn it because they repented at the preaching of Jonah, and indeed a greater than Jonah was here. I went into the Greek in Matthew 12 and 41, went to the word rise, that is shit ridiculous. The word I went to the word rise, the word anistemi, G450, and all of a sudden niggas reading some whole different shit. Why we not addressing Matthew 12 and 41? This is what I'm talking about. Why you not addressing what I'm talking about? I'm talking about Matthew 12 and 41, my nigga. Now,
Can you
the
stop
word is in my
screaming?
PTR.
Can you stop screaming?
Well, it says
My bad, bro.
that word too. It says Matthew 12 and 41. It says and esteem me active of the present, imperfect future, and first aorist, and the perfect active. It says to make, stand up, raise up, to raise up from sleep. Using the transitive, it says to raise from the dead, to set up, build, quote, to build up again, restore, to put up for sale. I'm trying to get the exact word that is used.
It's definition D. Why don't you just read my PTR, bro? It's right there. I got it right there for you. All you got to do is
No,
read it.
I'm going into the actual Greek. Let me see your PTR real quick. Let me see.
My PTR is the actual Greek. It's right there. Matthew 12 and 41. Look, definition D. Talk
Oh,
about
okay.
rising from the dead.
I'm gonna
Read it
go.
for
I'm gonna
everybody.
go. I'm gonna go in the blue letter then. Hold on. I'm gonna go in the blue letter.
Yeah, walk it down with me. You know what I'm saying? And come straight down to definition D, because that's what Matthew 12 and 41 is. Ain't no need in reading A, B, and C and all that other stuff. We want to just get straight to the point and look at Matthew 12 and 41. You see where it say definition D? of the dead, aorist with the E and the K added in the Greek. Matthew 17 and 9, Mark 9 and 9, Mark 12 and 25, Luke 16 and 31. You see all of that, Brother Panah?
It sounds like he's describing the same thing, brother.
Nah, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Because what they
Well,
trying
here's
to
the
say
thing,
is that
Jack.
these people not rising up from the dead. And I'm saying in Matthew 12 and 41, this word G450 and the
I'm not
stem,
looking at it.
definition D, is attached to Matthew 12 and 41. And it's literally talking about people rising up from the dead. I don't know why everybody trying to skip ahead and go to 42. I'm in 41.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing that I'm gonna say. The reason why Panah's probably looking at it stuff like that because it gives you a lot of other scriptures that use the same word. So for me, as somebody that researches, I would go to all the other scriptures where it's used and look at it in those particular areas of the New Testament. So you can't really force somebody to agree with you right now in the moment because you're pulling out that scripture and what you're saying. Allow him to look at it. At least give him a minute. You're like, now you there? You there? Give him a minute. Let him look at it. Maybe he wants to go look at other scriptures and look at other lexicons, so forth and so on. Allow him a moment, bro.
All right, you're right. You're right.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
here's the thing.
So how
Here's the
about
thing.
this?
That's
While
what
the
I was saying to
brother
you
get his
before. That
turn
I'm
off.
not. Here's the thing. Here's the reason why I said to you I'm not disagreeing with you because I'm driving. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to agree or disagree with you until I go look at it myself. I'm not going to look at no PTR or nothing else. I'm going to go look at it for myself and all the other areas of scriptures where it is used. And I'm really hoping that when we look at the other scriptures, that in no time is Christ using a parable and using that same word, because then we know if he's using a parable but using that same word, then it's not actually literally all the time. But I'm gonna wait and see. I'm not gonna
But
say anything
that's
until I go look. I'm gonna wait
another
now. I'm
thing
not,
though, priest. What make you think this every parable in the Bible, it tells you it's a parable. It's no
not,
parable
not,
where he just
not
speaks and
really.
he don't
Not
tell
true.
you.
Not true.
Show me a
But
parable
wait,
So
where he didn't
so
tell us
we'll
it's
have
a
this.
so
parable.
in
We'll have that conversation.
in that
Because this
case, are the
Matthew
only
chapter
two
12, verse
people
38 through 42 is not a parable.
okay? That's fine. So in that case, if that's what we want to believe, let's just get to the point. The Queen of Sheba and the men of Nineveh are the only two heathens that are going to rise and then judge Israel. Is that your point?
No. That's not gonna work. This is, you
Some
know what I'm saying? I can't
examples.
make a yeah, I can't make
Can
up
you
an
give me
example that's
another
not in the
example
Bible. Like
besides
when you
these two cultures?
huh?
Can you give me other examples of heathens rising up to
Nah, no,
judge
no,
the
Two
nah.
should
Israelites
be.
I
Hey,
don't.
hey,
I
in
hey,
don't.
the
Jack,
end?
Nah,
real
hell
quick.
nah. I don't
Hey,
have to
Revelation
Jack,
do
chapter
that,
Jack, real
9
priest.
says
quick,
all
real
nations.
quick, Jack.